guys, welcome to my channel. This video, what I want to do is I've got a gratitude deck and there's 3 different piles. One is affirmation, the other is inspiration, the last one is reflection, and there's different ways you can use them. So I've got them all set up here, getting ready to draw a card out for the collective, and we'll go from there. We'll read, there's some exercises per card to see what comes up. So with that being said, I'm just going to get started and get comfy, maybe get something warm to drink, a blanket, maybe also a glass of water, and maybe a pen and paper if you want to write down anything that comes up during this video for you. So the first pile here is areas that you are supported, areas that you are taken care of. So we'll start with this. These cards are a little bit hard to shuffle, so I might just, sometimes when I find cards hard to shuffle, I just cut the deck. Oh, that one wants to come out. Okay, there's way too many. I just want one card. I'm just getting one card, so I'm just going to choose one card. Yeah, even picking one card is kind of hard to get it out here. I blow dried my hair, but because I have a bunch of calyx and I'm kind of growing my hair and it looks a little funny, but it is what it is. It's getting there. Okay, so this card that we picked here is the affirmation. So to be balanced, to be without either peaks or troughs. Do tell me what that is like. And so thank yourself for your amazing ability to change and to embody different states of being. This is part of your personal wisdom. You're never stagnant. Oh, okay. That's cool. Now I want to see number 16. Okay, so the internal gratitude for this card would be like a mental, emotional, physical. Today is about exploring and honoring who you are right now. You've already been through many stages, shifts, and transformations throughout your life. They have brought you here today to the edge of your being. You are the most transformed you have ever been. So, who is standing here right now? Where are you on your journey? Take 10 minutes to free write a paragraph or 2 about exactly who you are in this moment. Here are a few prompts to get things rolling. What is my mental state right now? What are my concerns? What are my fantasies? What are my fears? I'm just giving you a chance if you want to write this down. You can also pause the video and go back and then just sit here and do that exercise. So the next one is, what is my emotional state right now? How do I experience my feelings? Do I try to manage them, or do they flow freely? What is my physical state right now? How does my body feel? Which senses are most active? Which are most quiet? Like I said, if you want to roll the video back and pause at each question so you can answer them, that might be helpful. No matter what comes up, thank yourself for the gifts of this time to honor where you are in your process of evolving. Because this pile, this is where you are right now. You're being blessed there. This is, you don't have to worry about this. This is this would be considered like your strength. Okay, cool. Okay, this is getting, okay, so the external gratitude would be relational, community, creative, and work. And so focus on the 3 most prominent relationships at this point in your life. Name 1 blessing each relationship brings to your life and also 1 challenge. Now ask yourself this: what blessings and challenges am I giving back to the relationship? Okay, that's cool. So it's just 1 page for each card. Okay, I don't like when there's too much going on in the book sometimes. It feels like it's a whole thing. But maybe that's something I have to work on within myself. Okay, so the next card, this is where you light up. And I'm just going to shuffle them quick and then do the same where I just cut into the deck and take the card, because I feel like that one was pretty bang on. The really pretty cards are just hard to shuffle. And I'm sure once I use them more often, that will help. And I think it's the size too. They're a little bit large for my hands, so it's a little bit hard to, hang on to the edges. But we will make it work. So going to grab this one. And that's the one that has a pink tinge. I had my eye on that one. There's two of them. We're just, oh, there's two. We'll take it this one. Okay. So with this one, as long as this exists, this sunshine and this cloudless sky, and as long as I can enjoy it, how can I be sad? And that's Anne Frank. Oh, and the other one was C.D. Yale Young, if you're interested. Take a moment to step outside today. Breathe in the fresh air. Look around. What beauty surrounds you? Number 42. We're close. Okay, 42. Okay. Oh, it's like the last card in the deck, is it? In this one. Okay. So internal gratitude here is for the mental, emotional, physical. There's beauty inherent in every aspect of nature, for nature provides the conditions for the very spark of life to exist. As you take some time to spend outdoors today, notice what sparks inside of you. What ideas come to me as I look around in nature? Where does this lead me? And then the next one is, what feelings come up as I take in the quality of the air, sky, and earth? And the next one is, what physical sensations are sparked as I breathe the air, feel it against my skin, and notice the play of light and sound all around me? So like if you just want to pause that and answer the questions, that's optional, or you can just wait till I do the next one here. Relational, community, creative work. This is external gratitude. Nature has inspired humans since the dawn of time, regardless of how developed or technologized our societies become. Nature is the container that holds us. We exist within nature, and it is embedded inside our very minds and bodies. Today, as you take some time to spend outdoors, contemplate how it has affected every aspect of your life, from the culture you belong to your relationships and their geographies, to the beliefs of the communities you walk within and the tenets of the industries in which you work. Give thanks for this immensity and abundance. So this is where you shine. This would be an area where, like, I think what I would get from this is like, you really know how to, for the first one would be like, you've grown quite a bit. That would be the message I get from this one. And in this one, it feels like you have an ability to like really appreciate and make the most out of your surroundings. And I think you use that as a healing way, a way to like whatever is in your environment. I feel like you make the most out of it to benefit you. You turn whatever you got into something, like you're very resourceful. And I think you're, it's, where some people use other things, like really require more materialistic things, for you, it's like you can go for a walk in the forest and that really refreshes you and revitalizes you, as opposed to people who maybe require, caffeine, sugar, and like are still using those sort of substances. I think you know how to work with as little as, like, it's just like, you're resourceful. You know how to use like just like they're talking about the air. You know how to like how that is healing for you. You pick up on the small things. You're very you live a simple life. You get by on simple things. And where other people would say, how is she living like that? Maybe, and you're like, well, I just see the beauty in things. So like when you can see the beauty in things, it takes you out of that headspace of being negative. So like you have a real ability to shine where others would be really, I think, stuck because they're not able to see through to the beauty. Like it's almost like they get distracted. They get distracted by the things in the environment. They don't know how to like beautify their environment. They don't know how to appreciate what's actually there, as opposed to looking what isn't there. So like there's things where you're like, maybe I don't have this, but I have this, and it's like, it's not even something that you own. It's just like, the sky lights you up. So that's what makes you feel good. Some people require really large homes and like, manicured lawns, but like you can go into your garden and just appreciate the beauty of the flower, as opposed to looking at like, maybe all the work that is required, or, you know what I mean? Like there's just certain things like you can really pinpoint beauty in areas where other people cannot see that. You have an eye for beauty. Okay, so the next one is reflection. And this would be an area that is challenging for you and just needs some reflection. Let me know if you guys just want me to do this like once a week, or like I can do this. But what I like about this is it's some quiet time in the morning, and I'm trying to incorporate more meditation as well. And I like actually just reading these. I really like how they slow it down. They slow your mind down and get you to reflect and things like that and think on things. And I think that's important for us in a day where everything is riding past us so fast. It's nice to take that time out for ourselves. So if this is something, let me know how you if you end up using this, how you use it. Is it something you would use every day, or is it something like, you know, like Monday to Friday kind of thing, or is it something you just need one video and you'd use it for the entire week? Because if it's something you can do that you would find beneficial every morning, that's something I can add into the schedule of videos that I'm making. Okay, so the one we got here for the challenge is, when eating fruit, remember the one who planted the tree. So take time today to show gratitude for those who have contributed to your survival and well-being. No one thrives on their own. We're all connected. And that's just a Vietnamese proverb. So 57. You know what I kind of like about this is like, well, for me, like I feel like a lone wolf, but I like in appreciating those who have helped us along the way. It may not have even been like, if you relate to being a lone wolf and like really having to be overly independent and things, like there are some people, like it's important to say, like even if it was a stranger that like gave you a smile in passing, and that made you, you know, like the small simple things in life, like those, I think that's kind of also like looking at the people who have supported you along your way, and even if it's just something that feels small, but it was actually quite large for you. So internal gratitude, the mental, emotional, physical, the simple joys we experience with our early caregivers are some of the greatest gifts we have been given. They taught us how to trust and how to experience the world as supportive and abundant. Today, reflect on someone who shared joy with you early in your life and acknowledge the full weight of this gift. Now, this doesn't have to mean like if you didn't experience this with your family or your parents and things like that. Like for me, I can remember in the church, there were, and not to say that I didn't have moments with my family. I just, you know, maybe that's something I have to reflect on as well. It's not just like the bad times, but like some of the good times. I just find when I get caught up in the good times, it makes me, because I feel like I've always focused on the good times, where it made me move away from the bad times and not really acknowledge them. I find that a little bit dangerous sometimes to certain people. But for me, I think this is looking at, there were some ladies in church that I appreciated that, like, I remember sitting with them on the church pew during the services, and they were older ladies, you know, you'd sit and either they would hold your hand or they would sit with you, or it was just very comforting. They were kind, maybe they gave you cookies. I remember I had a reading buddy where, you know, we all had like a reading buddy, and mine gave me like a whole bag of cookies one day. And she's like, these are just for you. And it was a moment that made me feel special. And so I think that's what it's talking about, is like, you know, what was a time where you feel like, and right now I'm experiencing with people who are helping me with my resume and job searching. And, you know, even I remember a therapist I had last year that I really enjoyed, that she was it last year or the year before? Anyways, in the past, that like I just really appreciated her, and she was just the person that is like exactly what you needed in that moment. That's kind of what I'm thinking about here. But you do that's like, this is meant for you to, that's just my insight. You get to do whatever you like and whatever you feel guided towards. So the external gratitude for relational community, creative work. In today's world, everything we touch has been touched by someone else, or animated by another force of life. The clothing you're wearing today was very likely sewn by other hands, and the very fibers they're made of were harvested, fabricated, or woven by other hands. So the home you live in was created by other hands, as were the appliances or tools you use daily. The food you eat was harvested or processed by other hands. Everything you touch and see and use for your own survival can be traced back to other humans and their labor. Today, close your eyes in silent appreciation for this powerful web that connects you to untold others. We all depend on each other, and it is by others' efforts that we survive. One of the deepest and most profound ways of showing appreciation for this labor is to choose joy. How lucky are we to be supported by such an abundant web of interconnection? I actually really love this exercise because there are times where you just feel like maybe, I know I feel this way, maybe you feel the same, is like you just feel like very alone in this journey at times, like in this experience. And so it makes it really hard sometimes to feel like there are others that are supporting you. And I think this is helping us to look at it like, look how you're supported. Just because you didn't see a person come up to your door and hand you something, that doesn't mean you're not supported. And just because there are people in your life that didn't give you what you deserved, that doesn't also mean you're supported. They're like looking at like they're saying, like, who made this deck? Who supplied this deck, who delivered this deck. Like there's so many people that just because we don't see them, we are supported. And I think this can help with that area of like because if you have that negative thinking, like, I'm not being supported because your family, maybe, like, I'm just using my example, but I don't feel supported by my family, and like that is to combat, I think, like looking at like all the other people in our life. And it doesn't just have to be someone we came into contact with. Like let's make this support safety net even wider, and just look how many people we have working for us. Not like us, but like we're all connected, we all are helping each other. And whether we know each other or not, I mean, giving gratitude to the fact that we have people in place that are willing to do these jobs and provide us, like, clothes that we wear, shampoo to wash our hair, food on the shelves, like, because they're growing them, they're picking them, they're providing them, and then we just have to show up and buy them. I mean, if you can go the other way and think about, like, if I had to sew my own clothes, grow my own food, like literally, like I grow vegetables and stuff, but I don't like, if I had to grow all, like, think about, sometimes it's good to go on the other side of things. Like if I had to grow my own food, what would that look like? That would be a real challenge. Like, so while appreciating technology and things and how it works now, I think while some stuff isn't always used to the best purpose, there are things that are being used to the best purpose to help us to live a better life. And sometimes I think we can get caught up in like reading messages that are so negative, and like we can't, like I said, you can't like close off. But I think taking some time to really be grateful for those around us and what they have to offer can be really beneficial. I like this one. So I'm gonna take some time myself and answer these questions. And if this is something people are interested in doing in these videos, if you like this video, make sure you like it so I know. You don't have to comment if you don't want to, but if it's helpful, feedback is definitely helpful, because I like this sort of reflective activity. Like I said, it's I'm working on my meditation, and so like this to me is meditative, because you're sitting there quietly, reflecting and answering and going inwards, upwards. And then I'm going to follow this with just I'm either going to start it with some deep breathing and then probably follow it up with some deep breathing just to close that off. And like for me, I'm just starting. So like what that looks like for me is like maybe 10 minutes before and after. And then I think it's going to help like open my mind for my readings today too, just to make it more receptive. And yeah, so like if that's what you're looking at as well, let me know what you got of this, if you enjoyed it, if you found it helpful. And like I said, I'll put a schedule together if this is something that you enjoy. And it doesn't even just have to be with this deck. I have other reflective decks. I can do like a period of reflection or insight, like where we're just going inwards instead of me just pulling cards and telling you what's going on. I like, to me, I'd like to teach like how I come up with answers, so that and not to tell you what my answers are, but like what has helped me be discerning. And if that's something you're interested in learning about, if you haven't learned it yet, I can do a video about that too, because just one of the main things in my life is I was dealing with really controlling people, and that was really keeping me stuck. And so like when you learn how to make your own decisions and feel like you trust those decisions, that can be really helpful. But it's not a black and white all the time. It's like, you got to kind of process your way through it. So with that being said, I'm going to end this here, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.